Opening puck drop brought to you by Washington's Lottery. We're underway. Tips moving it into the offensive zone. A battle for first place. Here today, the Silvertips and Winterhawks. Mike Benton, Justin Morrison with you. Glad you can be with us. Into the Silvertip zone, it's skirting up the left wing for Renier. Punch to center and return by Lane Gillis. Back in deep as Portland goes for a change, and Keyshawn Gervais jumping off bench in place of Cross Hannes. Silvertips 1 point back. A first place Portland entering today. 8 games remaining. Bigger pardon, none, I should say. This one now chipped back in behind the Winterhawk net and moved by Joel Hofer to the near side. Gervais for Gillis. On to center. Checked by Gonsalves. Pudio near boards. Took it away. Cross ice. Kindup. Left wing bus into the offensive zone. Force wide. And shuffles it over. Side of the right circle. Gonsalves to the line for Pudio. Returned it behind just out of the reach of Kindup. Left boards Fonstadt. Bump free for Kindup. Winterhawks take it away. Move to center ice at the red line. Gervais angles it in. Grecius and Christensen pursuit of the corner, and Christensen with a check. And to help out is Pudio. And Gonsalves gave it away as he blew a tire. Fortunately rolled toward the blue paint. Dustin Wolf covers up. And we have 18:42 to go in the first period. Face-off coming in deep. Referees assigned by the Western Hockey League. Duncan Brown, Chris Critch, Ron Ditterol, and Tim Plamondon serving as a linesman.
And Gonsalves cut in left wing side below the goal line to help with that battle. Picked up the puck and immediately cut to his right. That's when he blew the tire. And as he went down, his stick angled as such that it hooked the puck back towards the blue paints. As you said, Dustin Wolf was a little alarmed, but he was ready.
Tips move this one to center ice, and Berezowski floats it in. To the near corner, Clay Hannes for Portland. Left wing ahead, Duro to center. Tips knock it away. Return to Berezowski, punch free, and Ty Cole. Next Winterhawk will float it back in. Winterhawks recover Christian Reamer out of Regina, Saskatchewan. AP Collip is on the ice here with Hannes. This move again necessary because of the absence of Johnny Ludwig back on defense mainly. Here comes Jarvis, and on right wing, boy is he dangerous. Sharp angled wrist shot in the circle. Save made by Wolf, and he hangs on with 18:02 to go in the first period. Seth Jarvis last night with a hat trick in Portland's 6-3 win over Seattle.
Yeah, and you know, we had plans to talk about him pregame, but it was, you know, a great night last night for Jarvis, and going back in the, you know, kind of the pantheon of Winterhawks greats, at least over the past 10 years or so, 10, 12 years, Mike Johnston era. You know, the only player that stands out that had a better draft eligible year is Nick Patan, 120 points in his draft eligible season.
Winterhawks control. Stefan sharp angled shot from the right, turned away by Wolf. Rebound far corner. Pudio with 17:52 to go. Nudges this one to center. A return back in by Tyson Kozak, wide of the blocker's side of Wolf. Tips recover at Seeley. Up the right wing, Price will nudge it in. Or so we thought, didn't touch it as that one rolled along the boards. It's icing. And we have 17:41 to go here in period number 1. Seth Jarvis, we're at this point, we're running out of superlatives here for Portland's leading point getter. 56 points last 22 games since New Year's Day. That is most in the entire league since that mark.
That's just a ridiculous, a preposterous number. That many points in that many games. And you know, the Silvertips have been lucky enough to somewhat control him in matchups against them this year. And I thought Zellweger did a good job. Somewhat. You know, at least he's not scoring 3 times, getting 3 points a night against the Silvertips.
You can hope to contain him. He's at points in 7 of 8 against the Silvertips here this season. A few of them 1-pointers, and the more you can limit, the better, obviously. Near boards, this one cleared by Simonak. Back into the Silvertip zone. Recovering is Jake Christensen. On the Silvertip side, you can only hope to contain him, basically. Here he comes on left wing. Shot wide. Rebound for Dawson Butt, and put this one off the side of the cage. Grecius up the left wing for Cross Hannes. To the Silvertip line, tapped away by Zellweger. The center red, Gillis controls, forcing it back in. Left circle from DeLorme to the corner, centering, and a save made by Wolf in front of Cross Hannes. Rebound in front, and Wolf covers up to his right. First grade A look of the game to the Winterhawks. Cross Hannes, and Wolf comes up, huge save. 16:52 to go in period 1 to keep it scoreless.
Yeah, it was kind of 3 guys over the line for Portland, all on the left wing side, and they ushered the puck down low, and there was a From Delorme broke from the wall side towards the front of the net. The pass got there and had some time in front, but it was tight quarters in front of Dustin Wolf. Came up with a big save, tracked that rebound as it was way up in the air, was able to get it and deny Gillis for a second chance.
Crossanis, 19 goals, third on the Winterhawks. Tips control and Bryce Kindop, forcing it right wing back into the Portland zone. Return to center by Clay Hannes. And now it's Seeley. To the red line, will deposit in behind the net. Joel Hofer, stick handling. Goes up the middle, risky play. Almost at Keyshawn Gervais taped the tape, however, but it rolls all the way down. Gervais beats the icing call against Ronan Seeley. Tips will get it back. And Kindop bumped to center. On for Gage Gonsalves. Left wing into the zone. Fostad drops it for Kindop and just missed the net. Bryce Kindop between the circles. Tried to go upstairs. It stays 0-0. Counter attack for Mason Manick. He'll drive it back in. Portland changes up with 16:04 to go in period one. Wiley leads us right wing to center. Berezowski bumped along for Goot. 2-on-1 into the zone. Right wing pass across. It's just out of the reach of Ty Cole. Loose puck backboards. Oncoming is Jack O'Brien for Portland. Spun around by Berezowski. Cole going to work on Curtis Smythe. Tips get it back, and Goots, leading rookie scorer. It's centered for Berezowski off of Cole. Jammed away by Jarvis. Portland gives it right back. Christensen top of the circle. Cross ice out of the reach of Pudio. Played at far boards. Left corner Cole. Quick centering attempt knocked down. Tied up now left corner. Cole controls, angles it back for Pudio. Jams it past Jarvis into the corner. Butt takes over. Worked on by O'Brien. Kicks it over to the near side. Move back onto the point for Christensen. His wrist shot got through, but a save made by Hofer. And a Winterhawk dumped into the blue paint. At the whistle, that was Cade Nolan. And for whatever energy these two teams have left here on this Sunday, they're using it more between the whistles at this point. 15:07 to go in period one, no score.
Yeah, Dawson Butt there in there looking for a rebound potential. Hofer swallowed up the shot from Christensen, so it wasn't there. And yeah, you're right. Usually on Sundays, guys are conserving their energy. Dawson Butt kind of took a shot in the back from Curtis Smythe, and instead of kind of retaliating against that Portland Winterhawk defenseman, he turned his attention to Cade Nolan and dumped him instead. So a little tit for tat.
Tips are in their 8-3-3 scenario. They've earned 4 points or more in all those situations. Portland clears. Tips recover. Aiden Sutter up the left wing. Kindop to the Winterhawk line. Bumped away. Delayed offside here, so the Winterhawks essentially have a free out. And it's Quigley to the red line. Will float it back in. Wide of the Silvertip net, but Wolf paddles this one aside anyway. And to the near boards, Kindop got the clear. 14:38 to go in period one. Quickly scoots it back in. Quick centering attempt, and from Delorme checked by Aiden Sutter. It is Wiley up for Gonsalves, the center. Bump for Dawson Butts. Onto the red line, shaking off a stick check, moves it in deep. Tips go for a change. 14:21 to go. Winterhawks have 4 shots in this game already. Tips have just 1. As Portland tries to reroute, Tips amplify the forward check, but long toss by Quickly sears it through. Silvertip zone. Pudio was there. Long rocket pass left wing. Gurney cross ice butt right wing into the zone. Drags and knocked down, and a penalty coming up on Christian Reamer. Tripping is the call with exactly 6 minutes gone by as he knocked down Dawson Butt right circle. And the top ranked power play for the Silvertips gets their first chance of this game coming up.
That was a great cross ice pass from essentially right in front of the Portland Winterhawks penalty box over there, all the way across the ice to Dawson Butt, who was all by his lonesome. He came in, toe dragged, and was trying to get in a better position to pull the trigger there, but Reamer, the AP call-up, got down to try and get in the way of the shot. When he saw he was going to fly by, he stuck his stick out, just caught the skates of Dawson Butt, and tripped him up.
Tips at the top-ranked unit in the league, but they're facing no slouch. Portland is third in penalty killing, 84%. Portland scoots this one down the Tips. By the way, 7 of 21 head-to-head in the power play this season. Christensen up the left wing to center. Gonsalves dropping it back. Here comes Fonstad into the offensive zone left wing and driving wide behind the net. To the right circle. Whips out of the back for Christensen. Center point Wiley. Left side, Christensen, cross ice looking Gonsalves, and a big breakup by Jake Raucous knocks the puck out of play. And we have 1 minute and 26 seconds left on the Silvertip man advantage.
Well, good zone entry there from the Silvertips. You could see the penalty kill for Portland, though. I think what they're focused is, as soon as Fonstad carried the puck in over the blue line on his own, he was tracked by multiple different Winterhawks as he went from below the left circle all the way behind the net, back up the near side boards. They were on him. They wanted to make him give up the puck, not the way he wanted to. Didn't want to give him time and space.
Tips control, left circle draw, and Kindop wheels it around to the right side. Christensen to the right point, Wiley. Cross ice, Fonstad shoots, blocked, loose puck into the slot. Cleared down the lane by Lane Gillis. Minute 10 to go on the Silvertip power play. Jackson Berezowski now jumping out in place of Kindop. No score here in this Sunday affair. First place on the line in the U.S. division. Berezowski to Fonstad, left wing Portland zone. Centering, and it was blocked by Quigley. Fonstad feathers it back. Gonsalves tracks it left point, goes cross ice to Wiley. Now to the circle, into the corner, up high for Christensen, shoots and missed the net. Loose puck to the right side, Wiley. Kept it in to Berezowski behind the net. Checked by Cicek, Berezowski right corner, back for Wiley, top of the circle, cross ice, Fonstad waiting, hangs on, now shoots, save is made, rebound is just out of the reach of Berezowski. Loose puck into the slot. Tracked over right boards as Gonsalves takes on Manic. Tips get it back. Fonstad into the slot. He shoots. He scores! Power play goal for Cole Fonstad. 14th this season with 12:21 to go in period one. As he buries it past Joe Hofer between the circles. And it's 1-0 Silvertips.
That was great work by the power play unit there. Tracked the puck down a couple of different times. Fonstad from the left circle initially had a shot get through. Berezowski had a real clean swipe at one, but the puck was bouncing all over the place. But there was good effort in the between the circle area as the puck was fought for, shuffled towards the near corner, and the Silvertips were able to regroup, and Fonstad came off the wall with it, waited for Gonsalves to provide a great screen, and made no mistake finishing the wrister.
He'll tell you and anybody else, he doesn't hang his hat on goal scoring, but it breaks a 10-game goal scoring drought. So Cole Fonstad, who is a playmaker for his calling card, on the score sheet today, 14 goal coming at 7:39, and the Silvertips capitalize on their first power play.
Yeah, he certainly has enough skill and ability that you have to be aware of it, but there's no doubt just looking at his stat sheet, his time in the WHL, and specifically with the Silvertips, it almost seems to be amplified. His 14th goal of the season compared to 58 assists, which is best in the WHL. No doubt he's playmaker first, but he can finish.
A pretty emphatic fist pump celebrating that goal. Tips take over, left circle, Cole dropping it for Sealy, Portland zone. That's checked away by Jarvis and clear for Jaden Dureau. Laying one ahead, Hannes into the offensive zone, settles it, shoots, toes saved by Wolf, rebound to the far boards. O'Brien worked on by Goot. Good defensive stick work, and Goot knocks it free up the left wing for Cole. On to center. Brings it in Portland zone and tracked by Jarvis. Puck rolls to center ice as Portland clears. And Christensen dropping it back, Silvertip zone for Zellweger. Lead toss right wing for Kindop into the offensive end and worked on by Cade Nolan. To the hash marks and lays it, Gonsalves backboards around now, left side for Christensen. Onto the line is wrist shot, deflects on, save made by Hofer. And the ricochet to the backboards with 11:08 to go in period one. Hannes. Far boards picked up by Christensen. Looking down low, nudging for Fonstad. Working 1-on-2, tripped up, dropped back now to the right point. Zellweger teed one up, blocked loose, puck and off the crossbar. Fire by Gonsalves. It's out of play. And we have 10:54 to go in the first period. The Silvertips a 1-0 lead, looking for more, almost getting more.
Well, great follow-up shift, and two shifts, I think, by the Silvertips in response to that goal, trying to build on it. A seeing eye shot from Christensen made its way all the way through, and Hofer fought off at the last second, and then staying with the play, both Christensen and Gonzalez down the left wing side, they battled. They had no control of that puck, but they just fought for it, stayed with it, kicked it around, and eventually it came to Zellweger on the near side point, and he was able to wait it out, get his hard slap shot through, and the rebound sat there for Gonzalez, and he just rang it off the crossbar.
Tips win the face-off left circle, and Seeley dropping it now for Kendop. His wrist shot missed the net. Rebound for Wiley, fires, and Cicek got in the way. Wiley to Gonsalves behind the net. Worked over left circle. Fonstad, low backhander, poked away by the defense in front. Kendop works the back left point. Seeley, one-timer, knocked down, rebound. Fonstad chipped away. He recovers. Slides it back onto the line. Seeley, right side, Gonsalves, good cross-ice pass to Fonstad, and just missed the net. Wiley right point shoots again, blocked. Tips are funneling pucks in front, but it's carried back out, and Jake Reschus, red line, will shovel it back in deep with 10:15 to go in period one. Tips up 1-0. That power play goal, obviously an energizing one. Dawson Butt will shoot it in, but too high as that hit the netting behind the glass, and we have 10:06 to go in period one.
A little strength there from the neutral zone and Dawson Butt, but Silvertips were buzzing right there. They were looking to double down on that opening power play goal. Top line coming out, putting together a dynamite shift, all sorts of opportunities, and Hofer made a couple of saves, and the crossbar obviously came in handy, but that's a great follow-up as the Silvertips trying to make a statement here in the first period.
Tips will move it back in. 10 minutes left in period one, and behind the net, Justin Gurney checked. Nolan tried to clear, eventually gets it out. Here comes Stefan, left wing into the offensive zone. Wrist shot, save made off the glove of Wolf. Rebound leaked to the corner. And Christensen trying to poke it out, but returned by the Winterhawks in deep. And Renier shakes off Knack. Moving it right boards. And rerouted Christensen. Left side for Pudio. 9:35 to go. Up for Gurney. Left wing will chip it in. Tips go for a wholesale change. Hofer plays for Nolan. Long toss to center. This is Keyshawn Gervais. For the Silvertips, Wiley to Zellweger, guns it back in behind the Portland net. Hofer rims it near side. To center it goes. Hustling back is Zellweger. Recovers Silvertips zone with 9:13 to go in period one. He finds Wyatt Wiley in behind the Silvertip net. And it's Portland pressuring with a puck. Now it's Wiley ahead to the Winterhawk line, knocked away. Cole shoots it back in. Hofer settles it. Hannes. Left boards Reamer. Up for Gervais to center and bumped away again by Goots. As this one moved into the right corner, and Cole trying to shake off Reamer. Cole still trying to twist away, and to help out as Goot shovels it free. At the goal line, Goot for Cole. Stick handles, turns over to his forehand. Now to the hash marks, moves it back. Wiley right point, blocker save made by Hofer. And a rebound to the far corner with 8:31 to go in period one. Tips up 1-0 on Portland. Manick working across ice. Near boards. Jumping in. Fonstad poked it free. Portland clears. Here comes Mason Manick on the charge. And on right wing tip zone. Snapshot missed the net. Rebound to the near side. Dureau fires. Off the back glass. 8:08 to go here in period number one. Gonsalves off a lead feed to center ice. Kendop to the red line. Feathers it back in cross corner. Tips again, change up with two new D-men, Seeley and Pudio jumping out there. Pudio intercepting, gains the red line. Shovels it left glass and knocked down by Jarvis. Battling Cole Fonstad. Tips now won the battle. He knocks this one in deep behind the Portland net. Cicek gives it away. Gonsalves battling quickly. Dawson Butt in to help out. Jumping off bench is Justin Gurney. Inside 8 minutes left here in period one. Gonsalves far boards taken away, and Jarvis headmans the center. Dureau, stick check by Pudio. Right boards forcing it in. Dawson Butt hustling right corner, jammed away by Quigley. Left boards Greasius taken back Renier. Into the right corner. Battling 1-on-2. And to help out his Butt. Work free for the Winterhawks, Cicek. And right glass got the clear. Down it goes. And a foot race. Tips win that. It's icing. 7:06 left in period one. And we'll come back in a moment. Out of our first time out, brought to you by Another Castle Video Games. Mike Benton, Justin Morrison with you. 1-0 Silvertips over Portland. Face off left circle. A little over 7 minutes left in Portland clears. And here comes a 2-on-1. Right wing Jarvis to Dureau. Save made by Wolf. Big save by Wolf on Duro, left circle. These guys cashed in last game here on a similar play. Now Duro taken down at center ice, and a penalty on the Silvertips. Jackson Berezowski will go with 6:50 left in period one.
Yeah, Duro tried to sidestep him, and Berezowski, kind of a wide base there, tripped him up. And Duro looks like he's up and okay. The Portland Winterhawks bench was up in arms, but that was a really dangerous chance for the Portland Winterhawks off the face-off. Jarvis leading a 2-on-1 down the right wing side is exactly how they scored a goal here in this building a couple of weeks ago. This time though, Duro on the other side was turned away by Dustin Wolf to keep this thing 1-0 Everett.
It will give the Winterhawks their first power play. They're tied for third in the league, 4 of 22 in the series, and Quigley sets up. Manick right point to the top. Quigley return. Manick top of the circle, shoots, blocked by Pudio. Rebound far boards, Knack pushing it back. Manick at the line, cross ice, left point for Quigley. Looking for a seam. To the top, Manick, left circle from DeLorme. Scored a big goal last night in Kent. Up by Quigley, one-timer. Partially fanned on. It's cleared down by Renier.
Now this is an area, Mike, where I think Johnny Ludwig's absence is most notable. 9 power play goals, second best for defensemen in the WHL. He's an important contributor, not in the lineup obviously tonight.
Leading power play point getter with 28 this season. Quickly will shoot it into the far corner, and Seeley. And behind the silver tip net, Wiley. 2 stopped on the clear, kept in Gillis. Onto the point, Quigley. Top right circle, Manick. Back now to the top for Quigley. Looking for a lane. Spins it right side, Manick. Cross ice from DeLorme, and partially fanned to the one-timer. Loose puck, tips control. Here comes Kindop to center ice. Tips have 4 shorthanded goals. Gonsalves left wing to Kindop, and couldn't get on past Quigley. Stick lifted, and the Winterhawks get it back. 48 seconds left on Portland's power play. Both teams changing up special teams units. Tips will dispatch Fonstad, Zellweger, Pudio, and Renier. For the Winterhawks, Clay Hannes dropping it, Duro. Cross ice, Jarvis, right wing with zone entry. To the outside, sharp angle bids, save Wolf. Renier got knocked into the net. Puck rolls all the way to center ice, and the Silvertips can reset here with 22 to go in the Winterhawk power play.
The net remains on its moorings, but the water bottle is back there in the trapezoid.
Here comes Duro, left wing. Scoots on by Renier, couldn't bust a second layer. Olin Zellweger. Puck now wheeled around to the right side. Move back onto the point. Hannes, left circle. Duro centers. Grecius, low backhander, save. Rebound turned away off across Hannes. Jarvis right side. Cross ice Duro. Played a 5-on-5 centering for Grecius and just missed the net. Loose puck far boards. Casper Pudio got the clear. 4:40 left in period one. Tips up 1-0. Berezowski to the backboards. Checked by Cade Nolan. Winterhawk zone. Around to the near side. Goots. Leaving it cold to the line. Wiley fires a point shot. Save is made by Hofer, and he hangs on. 4:28 left in period one. Your place for Silvertips hockey and Everett's home for greatest classic hits is KRKO. Catch the goals, saves, and rock and roll sound for work, home, and the car. KRKO is Everett's greatest hits, sports, and more.
Oh, that power play for Portland unsuccessful, and Dustin Wolf coming up with a couple of really nice saves and also a couple of bullets dodged. Grecius at the very end there from the high slot had an opportunity where the puck kind of trickled to him, turned and fired. He didn't miss by much, but he was open in a dangerous area.
4:22 to go in the first. The feed up by for Wiley, and a save is made by Hofer. Rebound just out of the reach of Cole. Tips keep it in. Wiley right point given away. Gillis got the clear. Cross ice. Kozak right boards, feathers in, broken up and cleared by Aiden Sutter. Winterhawks regain back at their own line. Smythe to Nolan with 4:02 left in the first. Launching a long one right wing and just out of the reach of Stefan. And Wiley for the Silvertips up the left wing. Relay to center. Dawson Butt will chip and chase. Christensen, Justin Gurney, Gage Gonsalves, and Olin Zellweger jumping off the bench here for the change with 3:44 to go. Portland clears, and back to chase is Zellweger. No icing call. And Wolf will lay it behind his own net. Shakes off pressure from Knack. Now right side Zellweger. Long toss for Gurney. Into the offensive zone. Drives the net. Save is made by Hofer. Rebounding behind, and Gonsalves poking it. Left boards Christensen. Centering attempt rolls through. Gonsalves recovers, goes cross ice. Gurney in front, they score! Dawson Butt front of the net. Deflects it right past glove side, Joel Hofer. portly Washington native gets his 9th goal this season with 3:17 to go in the first. It is the Silvertips on top of Portland, 2-0. The cross-seam passes made such a big impact to manufacture the goal, and it came after Justin Gurney narrowly missed as he had an open lane down the right wing. Then it was Christensen cross ice, that off the mark, and the Silvertips whipped it cross ice again, found the goal. Gracious, it all alone for a backhander, save made by Wolf. Glove stopped by Dustin Wolf, and a last-second break by Jake Gracious. Tips right now giving fans their money's worth here in this high-impact Sunday game. A 2-0 lead, 2:52 to go. And the Winterhawks coming right back with chances. This one feathered back in by Portland. Wiley took it away from Cross Annis. Seeley up the right wing, pinned off to center, picked up by From Delorme. Lays one ahead, Hannes to Gracious. Right circle. Turns it back toward the slot. From Delorme to Gracious. Sharp angle bid was blocked by Renier, deflecting left corner. Now From Delorme. Poked away by Renier, 2:25 to go in the first period. Silvertips up 2-0 on the Winterhawks here on home ice. Wiley's head man off Berezowski from the red line, deflects up and out. And we have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here in period number 1. This season, for every home tips victory, BECU will proudly donate $100 to Housing Hope. BECU, proud financial partner of the Everett Silvertips. Wiley and Berezowski had the assist in the Fonstad goal coming at 7:39. Then Dawson Butt from Gonsalves and Gurney at 16:43. Now the face-off of the neutral zone, Tips work it back in. Smythe behind the Portland net for Cicek. Near boards kept in Pudio. Bumped down the wall and recovering his scoop for the Silvertips. Trying to cycle for Cole, but broken up, and back comes Portland with 1:54 to go. O'Brien to the red line. Skating right wing in Silvertip zone, checked by Cole. 2 go down in the heap. Pudio right side fed to center. Berezowski's relay picked off, and Jarvis reroutes. G-check for Smythe. Out of the Winterhawk zone, a short 10-foot head man, O'Brien, will float it back in for a change. 1:31 to go. Tips up 2-0 in period 1. On the breakout, it is Goot cross ice for Zellweger. Right wing Winterhawk zone, pulls up now to the circle, the trailer, and the feed to Gurney, dropping it back on Salvis, now walking in, and just blocked in front by Cade Nolan. And also might have caught Dawson Butt, I believe, with some friendly fire. He is slow to get up and limping right back to the bench with 1:07 to go in period 1. Zellweger ahead to Gonsalves. Gurney took the relay, forced back out by Nolan. Minute left in period 1. Wiley. Headman's Gonsalves, broken up by Jake Gracious. And the shots 9-7 in favor of Portland. Tips, though, making the most of their opportunities, up 2-0. Wiley and Zellweger trying to reroute, and Manic pressuring, centering, broken up at the net by Wiley. 37 seconds left. Gonsalves. Right wing cut off at the lane by Clay Hannes. Kendop forced it out. Hannes resetting quickly. Lead toss right wing Manic into the zone, but the Winterhawks are offside. And we have 24.6 to go here in period 1. A faceoff is coming up at the neutral zone. Between periods 1 and 2, we'll check in with John Keane and the latest in the WHL this week. We'll have our out-of-town scores. Justin's got that for you. And our highlights and numbers as well in this one. Tips have come to play here in this battle for first place game, up 2-0. Fonstad and Dawson Butt with the goals, and down to 18 seconds left. Portland reroutes at Silvertip line, broken up, and Pudio. Now for Seeley up the left wing, long toss Fonstad into the offensive zone, station left boards, hangs on to it. Now battling Kozak with 4 seconds left. Jam free to the line, Seeley to Pudio, fired, not in time. And was blocked in front, and that will do it here for period 1. To the applause of the Silvertip faithful, a 2-0 lead. At the end of one period, outshot 9-7 for the Silvertips, taking advantage of their first power play of the game. Cole Fonstad, 14th goal of the season. And then Dawson Butt following up at 16:43 from Gage Gonsalves and Justin Gurney. Our second period brought to you by Great Clips. You know it's going to be great. And Tips Hockey is also brought to you by Progressive Wellness Center, the official chiropractor of the Everett Silvertips. Book an appointment today and call 425-355-5000. Tips right to left across your dial. Second period underway. Wiley off the face-off win, trying to feed Fonstad, but plugged by Mason Manning against the boards, and Portland scoots it back in. On a puck play by Kindop to Gonsalves down the right wing. Enters the Winterhawks zone into the corner, leaving it for Fonstad. Walks out, shoots. Save is made by Hofer. Rebound deflecting over left circle, and the Silvertips are in a pretty quality look at the nets in the first 30 seconds of this second period. A puck to Jake Grecius at center. Will pitchfork it in deep. Wolf lets it go behind his own net to Wyatt Wiley. To the near side, picked off Hannes. Right circle feed from DeLorme. Wrist shot, save is made. Rebound up front. Scramble up the nets, and Wolf will cover up. And we have 19:14 to go in period two. That save look routine and somehow leaked in front. And after about a couple of seconds of a scramble of both parties, Wolf finally got the glove on it.
Yeah, they talk a lot about, little things sometimes, and I'm a firm believer that it is sometimes the little things. I think you could make the case that Portland opportunity stemmed from the fact that the puck took a funny bobble as Dustin Wolf tried to leave it, and it settled along the outside frame of his net. It made it tough for the Silvertips to move the puck the way they wanted to behind the net. The winger up this near side was Gonsalves. The timing was off. He wasn't quite ready for it. Boom, Portland jumps on it, and they get an opportunity.
From the draw, Tips control is chipped to center by Berezowski, and Cole pursuing back into the Winterhawks zone. Hannes took it away. Left side, Smythe leads up the board, Silvertip zone. Recovering Jake Christensen, 20 goals this season, third in the Silvertips. New Silvertips single season defenseman record as he moves this one back into the right circle, dropping it and fanning on it, Michael Goot. And back comes Portland, Lane Gillis on to center, forcing his way left wing and broken up by Casper Pudio. He has looked tremendous in about the last month of play, both ends of the ice. Berezowski right wing. Cross ice pass broken up. Winterhawk line. Cole recovers at center and dumps it back in behind the Portland net. Goaltender Joel Hofer to the far boards. Off for Jack O'Brien. Skates through center ice. Brings it in on left wing. Silvertip zone. Driving wide of the net. Around now to the right circle. His feet up high and a shot by Reamer. Routine glove save by Wolf as he hangs on. And we have 18:13 to go here in period two. El Pariso Mexican Grill is open late after the game. Catch happy hour daily, 3 to 6, 9 to close. And the tastiest Mexican cuisine in Silvertip country. El Pariso serving you in Everett, Snohomish, Silver Lake, and Monroe. Proud hosts of Tip-a-Tip coming this Wednesday, March 4th.
Well, simple enough save for Dustin Wolf, and the reason it's simple is because fundamentals were there, swallowed it up, saw it, had a clear sight line to the puck, so no rebound control. That means all that traffic that was in front of him doesn't get an opportunity to swat at a second chance there for Portland.
18:06 left in period two. Tips float to center. Winterhawks recover back in their own zone. Clay Hannes. Left wing ahead for Duro. Silvertip zone spinning off of Wiley. And now body by Fonstad. Hannes, though, takes it away. Left circle fires. Save made by Wolf as Grecius was setting a screen. Rebound to the far corner. Kindop battling Grecius. Jarvis in to help out for Portland. 17:40 left. The Winterhawks move it in back. Zellweger tracks it and back on the Silvertips. They can't bust out of their own zone yet. Jarvis feeding Duro. Now to the right circle and poked away by the Silvertips. Wiley. Countering left wing for Fonstad. Now to Gas to the red line. Anchors it in. Tips go for a change. On his long toss. Left wing Jarvis. Textbook poke again by Pudio. Back to the Winterhawk line. Jarvis ahead. Looking for Kozak. Broken up. Kozak recovering. Fires it back in Silvertip zone. The battle behind the net. Pudio and Knack. Pudio rims this one around left side. Gurney the feed to center. On for Dawson Butt. Feathers it in. Takes on Reamer. Into the corner. A puck to the Winterhawks. Kozak and ahead to the neutral zone for Knack. Checked by Seeley. Puck now tied up against the team benches nearby the Silvertip blue line. With 16:41 to go in the second period. eventually move free, and it's Kozak regrouping Reamer, Winterhawk line, left boards, angles it back in. Tips defense recovers, and Pudio ahead for Butts. Will shoot it back in behind the net. Hofer trying to paddle it far corner. Barely escaping Ethan Renier. Keyshawn Gervais back to play. Behind the Winterhawk net. Dropping it Cicek. On the right side, Reamer. Angles up boards, Gillis. Sent back in, Silvertips zone, broken up, and Zellweger given away. Manic save made by Wolf. A rare miscue, front of the net. Wolf comes up big. Tips counter, Brendan Lee left wing, and a wrist shot missed the net. Jalen Price right corner, gives it back. Cicek going rink wide for Manic. Beat it back in the Winterhawk zone. Reamer's headman. Too far of Lane Gillis. That goes for icing, and we have 15:48 to go in the second period. You know that you're doing pretty well when you are preventing Portland from getting out of the driveway into fifth gear. A lot of stationary hockey so far, but a rare miscue, front of the net, and Wolf comes up big save.
Yeah, they just about gifted Portland the chance to get kind of back in this one, cut the deficit in half for them, but Zellweger, who made the misstep, was bailed out by Dustin Wolf, and then he also lent a little bit of help as well as he picked up the puck after it just trickled through, and he cleared it off and out past the goal line.
Gervais clears from the Winterhawk zone to center. Tips and Wiley recover. He banks it in off of Gage Gonsalves. Right corner. Kindop going to work to the backboard. Svanstad to Kindop. Behind the net. Sends it back. Left circle. Seeley up high to Wiley. And a glove save made by Hofer. 15:25 to go in the second period. And Wyatt Wiley turned away from the slot, bidding for his 14th. It stays 2-0 Silvertips. Face-off coming deep Portland zone.
That was good work by the Silvertips, putting a little bit of pressure back on Portland in their end and moving the puck up there for a good opportunity. But Hofer, again, any good goaltender, I think when they see the puck really well, and Hofer is a good goaltender, backstop Canada to the World Juniors this year. He saw that one, got the glove up, snagged it, no problem.
Face-off right circle, Tips control. Wiley fires. Knocked down by traffic. Loose puck backboards and quickly being worked on by Goot. And now Goot took it away right circle. Into the slot. Bouncing puck just out of the reach of Cole. And from Delorme ahead to Quigley at center. He'll chisel it in wide of the net. Icing call. Winterhawks didn't gain the red line. And a whistle now at 15:04 to go here in period number 2. Dustin Wolf, 43 games he's played so far. Joel Hofer with 44. And these two goaltenders, the one thing they had in common as far as going to the World Juniors, perhaps a chance for a little bit of rest. Wolf got that as the backup to Spencer Knight for Team USA. This plan's kind of scuttled, though, when Hofer took over about mid-tournament and merely led his team to the gold medal.
Yeah, exactly. It was different circumstances for each of them, and you know, he wouldn't trade it, I'm sure, for Hofer, but he did put in a lot more workload. His workload was much higher than Dustin Wolf.
5 minutes gone by here in the second period and ticking. Tips up 2-0 on Portland from Delorme. Will chip it in. Pursues with Christensen to the backboards. Again, they're going to call icing. And Portland a bit out of sync and trying to gain the red line. This one's going to come back in. Winterhawk zone, 14:51 to go in the second.
Yeah, they seemed a little perplexed the last time, Portland. And the coaching staff, I think, too. And Mike Johnston is standing on the bench right now. Usually you see a foot up or, maybe a knee up there leaning in for Mike Johnston. He had 2 feet squarely on the bench where the players sit, screaming at the officials there. So if the first time it was a little bit perplexed, this time it was outright anger.
14:50 left here in the second. Battle of two coaches here in this game who've produced tremendous results and times here with their teams. Dennis Williams and Mike Johnston. 14:36 left here in the second. Here come the Winterhawks left wing. Jarvis into the zone, drives the net and poked away. Looked like Casper Pudio as well. Got his stick in the middle of that. Loose puck for Duro. Out of the left corner. Broken up by Bryce Kindop to the line. Gracious returns it in deep. Jarvis. And behind, chased by Christensen. Angles it back onto the line for Hannes. Hangs on to it to his left. Fires and just missed the net. Loose puck near board. Svanstad clears and ahead for Kindop. On a 2-1-2 into the zone. Drops to Gonsalves. He's open. He waits. He shoots. And a save made by Hofer. Rebound Christensen. Quick centering attempt off the side of the net. It stays 2-0 Silvertips with 13:52 to go in the second. Joe Hofer coming up big. A save on Gage Gonsalves. Wolf, long pass ahead right wing. Berezowski, Winterhawks zone, angles it back. Here's Wiley shooting and just missed. Deflecting in front. And Hofer and Ty Cole. A little bit of a love tap in front. That point, Aiden Sutter. In the circle for Cole. Returns it in deep. Berezowski checked by Cicek. Goop pursues right corner. Worked on by Smythe. Berezowski right boards. Gives it back. Simonak to center ice. Will dump it toward the net. Turned away by Wolf. Playing it near side, and Kozak cut it off. Puck tied up now right corner. Cole finding Wyatt Wiley. Over left side, Aiden Sutter. Long feed to center ice. Broken up by Cicek, Winterhawk line. 13 minutes left here in the second. Tips taken away and force it in deep. Cole pursues Cicek. Near boards Cicek, angles the puck to center. High in the air. Knocked down by Jay Christensen, Silvertip zone. Tips on top 2-0 and ahead Gurney. Floats it in cross ice, pursuing. Renier right circle, takes it wide. Wrap around, save is made Hofer, and he covers. A pile up at the net. With 12:37 to go in the second period. Ethan Renier, pretty good look, but Hofer coming over in time to make the stick side stop. And it stays 2-0 Silvertips here in the second.
And Christensen starts that off for the Silvertips, retreating in his own end, dealing with a bouncing puck that was really coming down the elevator chute. He gloves it down, pivots with it, and starts things up the ice. And Renier doing a great job on the opposite side there from us, far side boards, wheeling around, coming around, looking to try and wrap that one in. And he had Hofer's attention on the near side post, but good job by Hofer to get back there and turn him away. Good traffic in front, too. The Silvertips were digging for that third goal.
Tips will dispatch Jalen Price, Jacob Wright, and Brendan Lee out there. Mason Manick takes the face-off now for Portland left circle. Tips won it. Price back to Christensen, but an Aaron D-to-D pass, and Casper Pudio has got to reset at center with the Silvertips. Right wing, now Brendan Lee. Into the zone, Price right circle. Sharp angled shot blocked. And deflecting over. Left side, and Manick lost his stick. Left point Christensen, cross ice Pudio fires. Save made by Hofer up high. And he hangs on with 12:17 to go in the second period. And again, a little more chirping at the net. I'd be surprised if these two teams have anything left here to pour more energy into aggression. Tips are playing back end 4 games in 5 days. Portland at 3-3.
Yeah, exactly. You'd think they're in the same position, but I think that speaks to how much is at stake here in this one tonight. And the Silvertips, a good job this period, I think, kind of maintaining the same level of intensity. Haven't cashed in just yet, but they've done a really good job. That shot was a good one coming through that Hofer really had to fight off. It actually kind of lodged under his right armpit. It was way up high. He had to stand up to make that save. He did, and he didn't allow a rebound.
Portland clears, and Jarvis, second leading point getter in the league, taken away with the Silvertips, and Pudio ahead. Missing Fonstad right wing. Down it goes. Icing is the call. And we have 12:05 to go here in period 2. Tips next home game coming up Friday against the Tri-City Americans. Next hockey happy hour brought to you by Broadstroke Associates. Game time at 7:35. Doors open at 6. Order your Silvertip ticket and drink voucher package. EverettSilvertips.com/fan4pack.
We talked about just this homestand in general and how important it was. Time ticking down this season. Got to make the most of all these home games.
Off the draw. Duro right circle. Centering and broken up by Fonstad. Grecius from the line. Right circle Duro. Stick handling. Off for Grecius. Knocked away. Kept in Cicek. Left point. Return to the backboards. Spun away in deep by Pudio. Tips rerouted. Fonstad to center. Broken up by Quigley. Off to his left. Scoots it back in. Blocker side corner of Wolf. Tips recover. Long pass ahead. Fonstad to the red line. Shuffle left wing Gonsalves. Winterhawks zone. Sent it back. Picked off by Duro. Portland, if they hustle, have numbers 3-on-2. Right wing Duro, Silvertip zone to the net. Save is made by Wolf. 11:22 to go in the second period. And Jaden Duro taking it all the way in. Wolf made the stop. His 16th this evening. Face-off stays in deep Silvertip zone.
And we see Duro and Pudio kind of lock horns a little bit. both of them arms outreached, kind of grabbing each other by the scruff of the neck there, reaching out. You would imagine Duro probably getting a little frustrated at this point. We're almost halfway through this one. He has had a number of Portland's best looks. That one in there trying to do things on his own with a couple of options behind him and to the left wing side, strong to the front of the net, but Dustin Wolf positioned perfectly, swallowed it up.
Face off, right circle, cross Hannes, shot blocked. O'Brien follows up, and that caught Hannes. Little friendly fire and poked to center by the Silvertips. Right wing, Wyatt Wiley. And across the Winterhawk line, checked and dropping it for Berezowski. Takes it and back, lost the puck as that was poked away by Smythe. Near corner Nolan. Far boards wheeled it for Hannes, given up at the line, and Wiley will return it in deep. Spun away by Hofer to the far boards. Hannes bumped to center. Up along from Delorme left wing. Silvertip zone. Pass was too far out of the reach of Hannes as he wipes out good against the backboards, and a penalty coming up on Cross Hannes. 10:40 left in period 2, and the concern here is for Michael Goots, who took a nasty spill against the backboards after contact by Cross Hannes. And out comes Silvertip trainer Blake Drawn, and Goot right now in a world of pain.
Yeah, those boards are so unforgiving. And Goot skating towards those end boards, and Hannes chasing after him. You know, Mike, earlier this period, Hannes got away with something sort of similar. Ty Cole was skating basically right down center ice, skating towards, skating from the face-off circle at center ice towards the penalty boxes, and Hannes gave him a shove, a lot like what he just delivered to Michael Goot, and Cole was able to peel out of it at the last minute. He turned sharply on his edge and was able to avoid disaster as he was being shoved into the boards. Goot, unfortunately, tighter quarters there when he was shoved in the back. He didn't go headlong into the boards, but the feet first means that still just as good of opportunity to get banged up, and he looks shaken up as he's being helped back to the bench.
It didn't look like a conventional finish, that's for sure. And for as blessed as the Silvertips have been with health, especially with their top point getters, Good off now to the tunnel. -1 as far as availability with one of their more top point getters on this team. So a power play coming up for the Silvertips, their second of this game. Cross Hannes gets 2 for boarding. And the Silvertips trying to extend the lead right now with 10:41 to go in the period. Tips control, Fonstad back to Wiley. Left circle, Fonstad in deep. Kindop now to the circle, spinning off pressure. In deep to Fonstad behind the net. Centering attempt, knocked down, good hustle. Gonsalves back to Wiley, right side, Christensen, and blocked by Cicek. Portland recovers, it's sent down by the Winterhawks toward the net. Wolf turns it away for Wyatt Wiley. 1:34 to go on the Silvertip man advantage. Christensen starts the play to center ice. Dropping it back now to Fonstad. Onto the red line, skates to his left. Portland zone, rims around right side. Wiley against the boards to the top for Christensen. Left circle, Fonstad hanging on. Looks for a seam. Throws it back up high for Christensen. Left side, Fonstad. Across here for Wiley, and a save is made. Rebound in tight. Loose. Kindop battling, but taken away by Jarvis. Portland back on the counterattack, shorthanded. Jarvis left wing, drives the net, bumped away by Jay Christensen. 2-0 Silvertips, 53 seconds left on the power play. Fonstad ahead for Wiley, gains the red line. To the right side, Gonsalves enters the offensive zone, station to the hash marks. Slides it in deep. Berezowski back to Gonsalves. Angles into the open right point. Wiley across to Fonstad. Open. Shoots. Glove save by Joel Hofer. 34 seconds left in the Silvertip man advantage. And a whistle here to keep it 2-0 with 9:15 to go in the second.
We've seen Cole Fonstad really work wonders on the power play. Kind of circling back up to the blue line. Taking a pass as he's got a full head of steam. Heading towards the left circle. He's got it a couple of times during this power play, but he just couldn't quite find the option. He had Kindop with a stick down in front of the net, but the Winterhawks threw a lot of traffic down there. Looks like Everett might need to go for some shots from up high, see if Wiley and Christensen can get it through.
Pudio stick handling and deep, feeds the back, left point for Seeley. To the circle, Pudio, down low for Renier. Pass skips away, recovers into the corner and drops it nearby for Pudio. Circling back up high for Seeley, left point, cross ice. Ty Cole, right circle. Cross ice, Pudio fires and scores! Casper Pudio, a power play goal. 8 points last 9 games. 8:52 to go in the second period. A rocket top left circle past Joel Hofer. It's 3-0 Silvertips.
Second power play unit comes out. Limited amount of time to work with. They kept their poise really well. Had the puck kind of skitter off their sticks on a couple of occasions, but they stayed with it. Good poise, and eventually a really good feed from the opposite circle on the right wing side over to Pudio, and with Renier, Berezowski in front. Second time tonight, Hofer had no chance. They went short side on him, and it was a great shot. Great goal there from Pudio.
His 5th goal of the season, and the Silvertips 2 of 2 on the power play. They are 9 of 23 head-to-head against Portland this season. 8:31 to go here in period 2. Pretty big goal given the fact that Michael Goot off to the tunnel just minutes prior. Big hit at center. Down goes O'Brien. Tips recover. Sutter rimmed it in his own zone. Left boards Gurney and cleared. 8:13 left here in the second period. Silvertips up 3-0 on the Portland Winterhawks on this Sunday. Stefan will fire it back in from center. Behind the Silvertip net, and Wolf plays it left side to Gurney. Floated to center ice. Gonsalves right board, spins it back in. From Delorme takes it away. Tips changing up. They get Gonsalves, Fonstad, and Kindop jumping out there. Grecius on through center, Silvertip zone. Long shot, save is made. Rebound for Grecius, and a save again by Wolf. Rebound to the near side, cleared by Fonstad. Ahead to Kindop out of his reach. Quigley up for From Delorme, picked off Silvertip line. Fonstad starts the back. Pass too far ahead on right wing to Renier. Winterhawks regroup back in their own zone. Cheat check to Quigley with 7:23 to go in the second period, and Quigley sends it in deep behind the Silvertip net. Dustin Wolf. Left side, Christensen relay given away. Here's Hannes in front. From Delorme. Save is made. Rebound loose. And touched up by Fonstad, but I think a penalty coming up with 7:11 to go in the second, and we'll come back in a moment.
Their own end. This one was a golden goal-scoring opportunity, and Christensen, out of necessity, had to reach out, hook, and take away that scoring opportunity for Portland.
Booking penalty on Jay Christensen. 6:52 to go in the second. Tips up 3-0. Darrell moves it in deep. Left corner to the circle. Grecius up high for Hannes. Working the point, left circle, Grecius walking in. Forced toward the corner by Wiley. Low to high feet. Hannes to Grecius. Off the half boards onto the line. Hannes cross ice to Hannes. Back to Clay Hannes. Left side, Grecius shoots one. They score. It deflected in with 6:27 to go in the second period. And Jake Grecius firing one left circle. Might have caught a Silvertip off a deflection along the way. And it's Jake Grecius' 18th goal of this season. And Portland is on the board trailing 3-1.
It was mundane enough to start on the power play for Portland. Just kind of simple puck movement around the top of the umbrella. But eventually from the left wing side, getting in a decent shooting position, and the traffic in front was odd. I could have sworn that took a deflection on its way past Dustin Wolf, but they did not celebrate as such. We'll see who the goal goes to, but Portland gets a much-needed goal from their perspective to try and get back in this one.
It was Grecius first out of the scrum, and we'll wait and see to confirm that officially. Winterhawks are 1 of 2, and the Silvertips almost caught one up front of the net. Wolf turns it away, and here comes Goot. Good to see him back out there. Giving away Winterhawk line to Cheechek. In on left wing, Silvertip zone. Driving to the net is Lane Gillis, and a save is made by Wolf. Rebound to the near side. Cleared back out by Ty Cole. So it is Gracious from Hannes and Hannes for a power play goal to make it a 3-1 Silvertip lead now. And we have 5:48 to go here in period 2. Time of the goal at 13:33. Hannes from the Winterhawk line. Far boards the feed, Silvertip zone. Pudio returns it high off glass. Kindop to center. Right wing Gonsalves, Portland zone. Spins off Knack. Drifts it back, and Christensen plays it smartly to center ice. Tips restart as Fonstad drifts it in, cross corner. And Cade Nolan checked by Gonsalves against the backboards. Tips recover, and Fonstad sends it wide of the net. Gonsalves left corner, his centering attempt just sent wide by Kindop. Loose puck right side. Fonstad back onto the line, Wiley. Cross ice, left point, Zellweger shoots. Blocked in front by the Winterhawks, and with 5:04 to go. The puck recovered by Tyson Kozak and cleared ahead. Simon Nacken across the line, right wing. Dropping it for Hannes. Off his stick. Recovering Fonstad. Headman's right wing, Wiley. In across the line. Dropped it for the trailer, but picked off, and Hannes sends it down. Wolf will stop it in front of the goal line. Slings it left wing. And now Wiley wheeled around to the near boards with 4:38 to go. Pudio up for Gurney and cleared. Here comes Renier. Left wing Portland zone, driving wide and chipped away by Christian Reamer. Near boards from Delorme. To center for Gracious. Left wing for Hannes into the offensive zone. Pass in front, well off the mark, looking for From Delorme. Tips get it back, here comes Gurney. Hustling left wing and across the Portland line. Now to Renier, drives the net, and a save made by Hofer. Rebound Gurney from the right corner. Low to high for Pudio. Fed the front. Jammed away by Reamer. Clearing attempt was too soft. Kept in Jacob Wright. To the boards for Price. Sends it in behind. Right control. Centering for Lee. Chipped away off his stick. Lee feeds it in deep again for Wright. Battling Gracious. Got it now right corner and taken away by Reamer. Winterhawks clear. 3:42 to go in the second period. The Tips again up 3-1. Seeley will break out from his own zone. Gains a red line. Will chip and chase behind the Winterhawk net. G-check far boards. Along to O'Brien. Chipped away by the Silvertips and Michael Goot. Turns it back into the offensive zone left side. Low shot. Stick save Hofer. Rebound to the far boards again. DeRoe clears, looking rink wide for Jarvis. Tapped away by Christensen. 3:13 to go. O'Brien trying to hold the line. Poked away by Ty Cole. Tips rerouted in deep. Zellweger up the right wing. Berezowski relays off of Ty Cole. Back in Portland zone. Near board Smythe. 2:55 to go. Short relay O'Brien harassed by Cole and taken down, in the penalty coming up on Cole. 2:50 left here in the second period. And a tripping call will send Cole here to the box. So the Silvertips getting into a little bit of treacherous territory here with a 2-goal lead, but still plenty of hockey to go right now.
Yeah, right now Portland, I think, has found a way to find a little bit of an extra gear, realizing their backs are against the wall, 3-0 deficit. They get a power play goal. They turn in a couple of pretty good shifts right after that as well. They put some pressure in the Silvertips end. Everett a little cavalier with the puck right now. Some uncharacteristic turnovers, and then Cole just a little over-aggressive there, commits the tripping penalty.
Portland on their third man advantage, 1 of 2 in Jarvis. Back onto the left point for Hannes. Cross ice for Hannes. Down low, Gracious in front for DeRoe, but poked away. And Hannes holds the line. Cross ice Hannes across the line, and the Winterhawks have to restart back at center. Tips up 3-1. On Portland here in the second. Here comes Hannes left wing, tip zone. Button hooks the circle and sends it back onto the point, Hannes. DeRoe left boards. Off for Jarvis at the dot, goes cross ice. Hannes, one-timer glove save by Wolf. Whistle blows with 2:13 to go as Wolf hangs on. Glove stopping the one-timer to keep it 3-1 Silvertips, and 1:23 to go on the Ty Cole penalty.
This is going to be a big minute 23, and well, heck, probably a big 2 minutes and 13 seconds here to close the period out, because right now Portland Winterhawks, they're playing with their most confidence that I've seen them play with the past couple of games here in this building, certainly tonight. And right there, they had the Silvertips overextended on the penalty kill. Silvertips feeling like they almost had the clear, but then kind of left themselves exposed, went attacked a little bit too aggressively, and Jarvis found an open Hannes from the other side, but fortunately for the Silvertips, Dustin Wolf was right there.
Tips cleared it. Back comes Portland. Duro left wing will float it in. Blocker side corner of Wolf with 1:57 to go in the second period. Tips up 3-1, and Hannes taken away. Casper Pudio sails this one down the lane. Goaltender Hofer thought about playing it. Will hand off for Clay Hannes. Berezowski, Gonsalves, Pudio, and Christensen out for the Silvertips. Ty Cole still in the box for 47 seconds. Hannes shakes off Berezowski. Supporting is Jarvis. And now it's Hannes again for the breakout. Dropping for Jarvis across the red line. Will chip and chase in, tip zone, broken up, and banged all the way down the lane by Jake Christensen.
Yeah, good physical play there on Jarvis. Made him pay a price as he had to give the puck up, and good cover then on the backside of that to come up with the loose puck first.
Quigley dropping it for Simonak, cruising on through center, left wing, Silvertip zone. Against the boards, smeared by Zellweger. 1:04 to go in the second period. Tips up 3-1. From Delorme. Feeds it left point for Quigley. Return from Delorme to the hash marks. Stick handling, feeds across ice, and looking off for Knack, knocked away. Portland wheels it back right side of Manick, opting for a change. Tip taken away, Wiley. Breakaway pass, Ty Cole. Moving in, forehand, score! Ty Cole, right place, right time. Fresh out of the box. Took the long bomb, feed by Wyatt Wiley. And the forehand deke, blocker side on Joel Hofer. Cole picks up his 20th goal of the season, 43.4 to go in the second. It's 4-1 Silvertips.
What an absolutely huge goal for the Silvertips to swing momentum here at the end of this period. I was just saying that it felt like Portland was on the cusp of a comeback bid here. They were really pushing the Silvertips. They had a chance, full 2 minutes on the power play. Good stick by Wyatt Wiley to break up one of the last chances Portland had on a cross-ice pass. And then they won a battle along the boards. And as you said, Portland got really sloppy at the end of that power play, trying to get new bodies out there. Cole springs out of the box, unaccounted for, and puts on a great move to beat Hofer.
Shots are 23-17, Portland with the edge, yet the Silvertips have found a way to extend the lead after Portland was really pushing. 25 seconds left. And a puck to center as Nolan will feed it back, but a delayed penalty coming up in the Silvertips, and Jarvis cruising in on left wing. Offside. It's an interference call coming up with 18.8 to go here in period number 2. And so we'll see who gets sent off. Looks like Dawson Butt, I think. And indeed, that is who will take a seat. And tough here for the Silvertips, seconds after that goal by Ty Cole. But overall, the Silvertips making a big move here to pull away from the Winterhawks. Little over 20 minutes left in this one, and the Silvertips now up by 3. Buck coming in to play the puck and originally take the body, and the puck moved away. And body contact along the right boards is what drew the officials' attention, so he'll take a seat for 2 minutes. And Portland gets their third power play of this period. Fourth of the game, they are 1 of 3. Face off left circle. Winterhawks control, and Hannes steers it. Left side, Jarvis centering Duro. Swing and a miss. Locked up then by Renier with 10 seconds left. A puck to the far boards. Renier trying to poke it free. Taken by Grecius. Quick centering attempt is broken away. Kindop forced to center. Paid the price. Bumped by Clay Hannes. Kindop came right back in, taking an exception. And the officials break the 2 up. And we have hit the end of 2 periods of play. Our third period brought to you by Buzz Inn Steakhouse. The Silvertips trying to close it out. 4-1 lead over Portland. And first item of business, kill off 135 of a penalty, which has Dawson Butt in the penalty box. And the Winterhawks on the move have Jaden Duro right side for Seth Jarvis, cruising in, Silvertip zone. Hannes dropping it back to the point. Hannes left side, Grecius fires. Up ice, save made by Wolf. And he hangs on now with 19:39 remaining here in period 3. Face-off is coming in deep. Question here from Casey via Twitter. What would you say is the biggest key to staying fresh and healthy during a 3-game in 3-day stretch late in the season? Well, a lot of it has to do not with what you're doing at the rink, but what you're doing away from the rink. A lot of sleep, a lot of rest, a lot of fluids, and lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, for myself, it's a little bit of tea before I come to the rink. But I think for the guys down there, I think it's exactly what you said. Gotta stay fresh somehow, and a lot of sleep. Resting the body is really important.
Hey, up here, shout out Throat Coat Tea. And the spoonful of honey sometimes. And down that last night going home after last evening's game. We'll get to our winner in a bit. Here's right side. Hannes firing. Save made. Rebounding. Fanned on it. And cleared back down by Bryce Kindop.
Oh, Hannes went right to the front of the net there on that shot from the top of the right circle. It was almost as though he knew there was going to be a rebound opportunity. He went right to it. Took a big swing, but the puck was bouncing. He didn't connect.
54 seconds left here on the Portland man advantage. And Dero chip and chase. In deep is Jarvis. Left corner. Pitchforked away by Zellweger. From the point, Hannes. Sends across ice, Hannes. Right circle. Chopped away again by Ronan Seeley. Fonstad. And behind the cage. Taken away Gonsalves. Far boards and bumped to center by Fonstad with 30 seconds left now on the Dawson Butt penalty. And now Seeley takes it away. It's driven down the lane.
There's really good work there by Fonstad on the far side boards. Put some pressure on that point man on the Winterhawks power play. Good stick work to come up with that puck.
Quigley from center. Leaving it for Knack. Right side from DeLorme. Back to Quigley into the corner and broken up by Christensen. Tips up 4-1. About to go to 5-on-5 now as Kindop brings it in on right wing Winterhawks zone. Side of the net, checked by Cicek. Nearby is Renier as Dawson Butt springs out of the box. 18:09 left here in period 3. Puck moved in behind the net. Cold chase by Gillis. Handing off for Renier. Now battling Cicek as the Silvertips get past that potential landmine on the Portland power play. Quigley hammered by Christensen at center. Drove the shoulder right into the chest. Crowd reacts accordingly. 17:45 left in period 3. Tips rerouted deep in their own zone. Wiley for Christensen. As a lane up the right wing, long toss off Berezowski and hit into the back by Smythe. Puck moved in deep. Portland and Smythe recover. Airmail to center. Vanek settles it and dropping it for Nolan. Cruising it on right wing. Low wrist shot. Save is made off the right pad of Wolf. Rebound clear to the line by Pudio. Off of Gervais and Pudio. Will backtrack it for Seeley. Aaron pass now to the right side, and Gurney buries Mason Manick. Puck is cleared. Here come the Silvertips 2-on-2. Renier left wing into the zone. High wrist shot. Save is made. Rebound Dawson Butt. Centers it, rolls through. Picked up Pudio, right circle. In front now for Gurney, and a save made by Hofer. Tips are going for the kill shot here. 16:54 to go. But now left side. In deep for Gurney. Team already up by 3 goals and laying the body on even more here at the back end of 4 and 5. Portland clears. Seeley. Long feet ahead for Renier. Into the zone, dropping it for Lee. Cutting over left side, fires. Glove save by Hofer. And he hangs on with 16:32 to go here in period 3.
Well, plenty of activity there in that stretch without a whistle, but I took note of Casper Pudio, who already has a goal tonight. I think drawing some respect for the shot that he does contain. Young man has a good one. He's also really patient out there, and he got the puck on his stick, near side boards, in front of the Portland bench, and he leaned on it like he was going to shoot. He got 2 Portland Winterhawks to go down to a knee to try and block the shot, and he made a soft, delicate pass to Gurney between the circles. He had Hofer at his disposal, tried to beat him low, but Hofer got the pad down. It was a great setup from Pudio.
Off the draw, it's fired by Christensen. Left point blocked. O'Brien clears. And the Tips settle it down in center, and Kindop will pitchfork it back in. 16:20 left here in period 3. Silvertips 4, Portland 1. Here in this battle for first place in the U.S. division. Jarvis from the Silvertip line, forcing it into the corner. Checked by Zellweger. Move back left point quickly to Jarvis. Left circle. Cutting his way now to the back end by some space. And a backhander to the net. Loved by Wolf. And he hangs on now with 15:57 to play here in period 3. Congratulations to Jaden, our winner of Ask Tips Radio. You've won 2 Silvertip ticket vouchers, and the Silvertips will be in touch with you to claim your vouchers as well, and we'll bring that back once again this Friday for the Silvertips and Tri-City Americans.
Jarvis is a pretty special player, no doubt about that, but Silvertips have done a pretty good job tonight controlling him. Right there, he tried to go to the top of the circles to get a shot away, but he faced 2 Silvertips, so he made a nice move to spin back to his backhand.
Loose puck in front, Knack, and poked away by Wolf. Now left circle. Knack forcing it in deep. Jammed away, Seeley backboards and fell over. Looked like Stefan behind the net. Recovering is Seeley. Far corner and twisting away off of Knack, but now Knack takes it back. Centering attempt was blocked. Fluttering puck, Knack save is made. Rebound in deep, Kozak. But to get the backhander off as he was locked up by Gut. Berezowski clears ahead for Gut. Left wing into the offensive zone of the circle. Berezowski, backhander turned away by Hofer. And a rebound poked by the goaltender. Far corner. They're back ahead of center. 15-13 to go in period 3. Renier takes it away. Red line carries back in. Left side Portland zone and feeds it in behind. Broken up by Hofer. To the far boards kept in Christensen. Jammed to center ice. Now by the Winterhawks. Gillis given right back to the Silvertip defense. Pudio to Christensen up the left wing. And Gurney looking Renier. Taken away by Mason Manick. 14:48 to go. Manick ahead to Gervais and broken up. Silvertip line and Pudio reversing into the Winterhawks zone where it's taken away now by Clay Hannes. Rink wide feed, right wing Manick into the Silvertip zone. On a pass in front. Knocked away by Jake Christensen. Textbook defensive stick work. Counterattack left wing Gurney into the offensive zone and turned away by the Winterhawk defense and Christian Reamer. 14:21 to go in the third. Winterhawks shoot it back in from center and go for a change. Tips recover and now Wiley to center. Curls back at his own line, dropping it for Zellweger. Angles it right side for right. Bumped away by Cicek. Wiley back in the Silvertip zone. Free to Zellweger up the left wing. Lead checked by Quigley at the Winterhawk line. Zellweger gets it back and shovels it in. Wide of the Portland net with inside 14 minutes to play in regulation. At this point, energy is a premium for these two teams. Tips in the back end of 4 games in 5 days. The Winterhawks at the finish line of 3 games in 3 days. Quigley right side, shovels it in deep. Behind the red line, icing is the call. And we have 13:36 to play in regulation. Tips up 4-1. Let IRG Physical and Hand Therapy help you to become your best self. With 40 locations and a family of brands across the Puget Sound, you never have to go far for exceptional care. Learn more at irgpt.com.
Joel Hofer, Portland netminder, does not let anybody go by in a Silvertips jersey without getting some sort of contact. He tried to give a little shove to Cole earlier, reached out, tripped up Kindop right there. It's very interesting.
Seeley at the top, slap shot blocked by Cicek. Recovering a long stretch pass out of the reach of Jarvis. Well, takes care of it himself and taps it over near a corner, and Jarvis gets it back. On the goal line, sends it up high. Nolan returned in deep, checked by Kindop. Penalty on the Silvertips coming up. Hannes behind the cage, right side feed, and a shot by Hannes. Knocked down. Hannes recovering. From DeLorme, the extra attacker. Hannes cuts over. Left circle. Sharp angle bid wide of the net. Kept in Jarvis from the line. Right circle, Hannes. Raced by Seeley, given away to Gonsalves, and the penalty for boarding will give the Winterhawks a power play with 12:50 to go in regulation.
It is what we heard Louis Mass talk about. What you do not want to do is give the Portland Winterhawks an opportunity on the man advantage. Staying out of the box is vital when you have a 3-goal lead. Unfortunately, Kindop, the captain, in the Silvertips defensive end, just trying to make a play along the boards. A little shove in the back. Those happen a lot, and sometimes it's just, you know, visually how it appears. And this one didn't look good to the officials, so they get him for the boarding, and the Silvertips have a big penalty kill coming up.
5th man advantage here for Portland. They're 1 of 4. Tips up 4-1, and time is getting short on the Winterhawks. Tips control this one, sent back down by Christensen. Hofer will let it go for Hannes. Behind his own net. Portland has the edge in shots here at 28-20. A bit low for these two teams, you may say, but again, a lot of energy already spent. DeRoe stick handling to the front and jammed away. Reach is sent back, left point Hannes. Off now to the right side for Cross Hannes. Snap shot, save is made by Wolf. Rebound left side, Grisha shoots at wide, sharp angle, and a puck rolls to center.
Well, Grisha saw that Wolf's attention was over on the left wing side. The right wing side. He had it at the left circle. It was a really tight, acute angle, but he tried anyways because Wolf wasn't there.
DeRoe, left wing, centering Hannes. Save is made by Wolf. Rebound to the blocker's side is cleared back down by Wyatt Wiley.
That was stellar. That was DeRoe and Hannes with a great 1-2 give and go down the left wing side. It was great execution, but a better save from Dustin Wolf.
11:47 to go in regulation. 55 seconds until Kindop is out of the box. Gillis left wing, poked away by Cole Fonstad and sail back down the lane. The Tips wasting little time to shuttle the puck back out of their own zone. And they go with Renier, Pudio, Berezowski, and Seeley as the penalty killers. The center comes quickly, floats it in, behind the Silvertip net. Played around to the right corner from Delorme, spun away by Renier, and now battling Simon Knack. 11:17 to go in the third, 25 to go on the Winterhawk man advantage. Seeley with control near boards, kept in by Quigley. Battling is Berezowski. Move left corner for Knack. Into a scrum from Delorme. Frees it, left point quickly, cross ice. One-timer, cheat check save made by Wolf. 10 seconds left on the Kindop penalty. And Nick Cicek taking about a John Daly-like backswing on that one-timer, and Wolf got all of it to keep it 4-1 Silvertips for the whistle.
Yeah, it wasn't the quickest pass to him on the top of the right wing, but the force behind that one-timer kind of made up for the fact that Dustin Wolf got over there, squared up perfectly. He was going for power, trying to hammer it right through Wolf or maybe get a rebound chance, but Wolf didn't allow any of that.
Tips control off the face-off, and Fonstad fires it all the way down. And Bryce Kindop is out of the box. Portland is 1 of 5 in the power play. 10:47 to go in regulation. Tips up 4-1. Jayden DeRoe cruising it on right wing. Silvertips onto the corner. Being worked on by Christensen. DeRoe right corner recovers. Low to high Cicek. Spins it behind the net. O'Brien being worked on by Wiley. Left corner now. O'Brien hammered by Wiley. Puck freed back up by Christensen. Far corner, Ty Cole. Around Jarvis. Goot with control, trying to reroute it. And Cole hands off for Wiley. The Winterhawks still forechecking with high pressure with 10:13 to go in period 3. Christensen wheels around right boards. Wiley's breakout pass out of the reach of Cole, but to the Winterhawk net. Hofer knocks that down. Play continues. The Tips get a full change. The center comes Jarvis. Rink wide feed too far of DeRoe left side. Tips take it right back. Pudio. Reset Zellweger up the left. Ty Cole feathers it back in deep with 9:50 to go in period 3. Silvertips 4, Portland 1. The Winterhawks 1 point ahead of the Silvertips for first in the U.S. division. The Tips are making their move. Here comes Gurney left side. Broken up by Hannes. Taken back. Renier to the slot. Fires. And a save made, just deflecting wide. And back of the cage now Gurney. Right side for Dawson Butt. One-timer. Swing and a miss. Deflects and back. Winterhawks regain Reamer. 9:21 to go. Headman's the center. Broken up by Zellweger. He'll pitch it back in. Tips go for a full change.
I think Renier might have gone off the glove, and then also I think off the outside of the post there. He just about had the Tips in front 5-1.
9:08 left here in period 3. Wiley, long feed left side, and Fonstad trying to shovel it in. It's offside, and we'll come back in a moment. 9:05 left in the third. Silvertips 4, Portland 1. 9:05 to go in regulation, and the Silvertips trying to leapfrog the Winterhawks for first place on this Sunday. Mike Benton, Justin Morrison with you. Glad he can be along with us. Tips have goals by Cole Fonstad, Dawson Butt, Casper Pudio, and Ty Cole. Jake Grecius has the only Winterhawk goal. Play at 5 aside. Winterhawks throw a long toss down the right wing out of the reach of From Delorme, and behind the net, Wolf plays it near boards. Hannes dropping it, Cicek. Poked to center by Renier. Onto the red line, Renier will hoist it back in. Tips go for a full change with 8:35 to go. Quigley, breakout feed for Portland, deflects in Silvertip zone. And recovering Christensen behind the net. He'll skate to center ice. Onto the red line now. Into the offensive zone. Snapshot. Blocker saved by Hofer. Pretty routine. Rebound planted by Christensen, opposite corner. And to the right side. This one's forced by Grecius. Up against Ty Cole with Curtis Smythe also jumping in. Nolan now battling Cole behind the net. Smythe helping out, being worked on by Berezowski. 8 minutes left in period 3. Cole to the backboards. Now out of the corner, takes it in behind the net. Walks out left circle, twists, shoots, save, rebound, loose, and just out of the reach. Side of the net by Michael Gut. Right point, Pudio fires. Now hit Cade Nolan right in the bucket. Deflects over left boards. Taken by Christensen, cross ice. Fonstad one-timers, a save made by Hofer, and he covers. Terrific persistence by the Silvertips to get second and third chances. Hofer hangs on from the Fonstad one-timer right circle. We have 7:37 to go in regulation. Tips up 4-1.
Pudio held his ground near side point in front of the Portland bench and had to make a quick decision there as their time was running out, and his shot was really climbing fast. It stayed in the zone, however, and that was when Fonstad broke onto the ice, full head of steam. Great pass to find him and try that one-timer.
Kozak for Duro, broken up, right circle by Zellweger. Tips regather in deep, 7:22 to go in regulation. Tips up 4-1. They have gone wire to wire so far. Gage Gonsalves will pitch it in. The goaltender Hofer to the far boards, and Duro clears. Down it goes, a foot race, and Jarvis beats Zellweger. Jarvis, and behind the net, poked away by Zellweger, near boards Hannes. Left corner for Jarvis, back onto the point. Hannes up high quickly, one-timer, wide rebound. Save is made by Wolf, turning away Duro. Scramble in front and poked away. Tips can't clear though. Duro, right corner being worked on by Wiley. In deep is Gonsalves. Jarvis also jumping in, 6:44 to go in regulation. Puck now being tied up by Duro. Took 3 shots from Wiley. Down goes Duro. Jarvis in the walkout cutoff. Now behind the net. Floats it to Rowe, right hash marks. Onto the point quickly. Fires, blocked by Zellweger. Tips are filling the house. Cleared by Zellweger. Ahead for Fonstad. Left wing, one man to beat. Into the offensive zone. Forced into the corner by Hannes. Fonstad, pass in front, looking for Price. Broken up by Quigley and cleared to center. 6:14 to go in period 3. Casper Pudio shoots it in.
Well, what a save by Wolf on a really crazy carom, a shot that was fired in, went off the end boards, and it came back out just to his left, but he dove with the glove to get it out there.
Here come the Tips, lead to Price, into the slot, rolls away, and now Gillis for Simon Knack will lead the Portland attack out of the zone, and a feed ahead broken up by Casper Pudio. Crowd nearly 6,700 chanting, "Let's go Tips" here on this Sunday. 5:45 to go, and Seeley from the zone skies this one high in the air, out of play. The Tips are arguing that deflected. The officials may have a different interpretation. It's going to be delay of game on Ronan Seeley, and the Winterhawks will go back to the man advantage with 5:45 to go.
Yeah, interesting. The linesman closest to it gave a deflection signal, but then I looked at both of the officials, and both the orange armbands had their hands up in the air to call that a penalty. Seemingly harmless enough. It was a tough spot that Seeley was put in, and kind of a tight quarters, far side. It wasn't kind of your traditional, like, pick up the puck, try and get it off the glass and out of the zone. I think he was just trying to go up the ice with it, and it really climbed up quickly, got out of play, and another penalty kill that the Silvertips will have to deal with.
So a tough break, and the Tips trying to overcome it, up by 3 goals, and Portland wins this face-off, and they may pull Joe Hofer in just a bit. Hannes right side to the circle, hangs on, 5:37 to go. In deep for Grecius, across for Jarvis. Save is made by Wolf. Seth Jarvis turned away, base left circle. Bryce Kindop clears. Hofer is in. Puck rolls down. Hofer slings this one to center. 1:38 to go on the man advantage here for Portland, and Grecius will float it in. Wide of the stick of Dustin Wolf to the far corner, Christensen. Up to Renier. Checked by Jarvis. And to help out Christensen, Jarvis gets it back now to the slot. Duro on a pass in front, broken up, and cleared back down the lane by Cole Fonstad.
Really dangerous because Hannes was cutting to the net from below the hash marks on the far side boards, but that deflection was key. Puck never got to him.
Inside the final 5 brought to you by Rada Paint. Tips up 4-1. Gonsalves Off a battle one with the Silvertips, clears it down, and Hofer, long slingshot pass. Right wing Hannes into the zone, pulls up, drops it back to Rowe to the circle, waits for Jarvis, knocked away. Hannes, side of the right circle, goes cross ice into Rowe, sends it wide of the net. Loose puck out of the corner. Zellweger to Gonsalves, and clear back down again. Hofer still can't come out yet.
They can't find a way to beat Dustin Wolf right now. They're trying everything from different angles. DeRoe tried to pull the trigger on a one-timer on a puck that was saucered across to him. It was high degree of difficulty. He whiffed.
31 seconds in the man advantage from the right side. A shot by Mannix. Save is made. Puck bouncing over left goal line. And now Gillis, hounded by Zellweger to the far boards from Delorme. Fans in the pass in deep, and there goes Hofer for a 6 attacker. 18 seconds left on power play time for the Winterhawks, and Renier to the near corner. Clears this one all the way down and just wide of the net. They blown the whistle. I don't know why. There's 9 seconds left on the Silvertip penalty kill. And there might have been an assumption for an icing call. The faceoff will come to center, and Hofer's going to go back in.
Yeah, he's going to go back in. Faceoff's going to go to center. Bad job, really. I mean, what more can you say? I saw one of the linesmen looking up at the scoreboard. That's not – just look across at the penalty box. And if there's a guy in the penalty box, then it's not icing. Time and situation, understanding was lost on him in that instance. And unfortunately for the Silvertips, it gives – a pretty good chunk of ice advantage to the Winterhawks. Stops the clock, moves it up 100 feet essentially, and Hofer will kind of stay between the circles there in his own zone, looking to get off the first chance he can get.
So off the hiccup, face off at center, Portland controls, into the bench goes Hofer. Incoming Clay Hannes. Silvertip zone, dangles, backhanders, save made by Wolf, and right into the glove at the expiration of Seeley's penalty. He's out of the box, play to 5 aside. We have 3:45 left in regulation. Hofer is gone for a 6 attacker. It's 4-1 Silvertips.
Well, and fortunately, Dustin Wolf coming up with a pretty big glove save there, because that chance doesn't come unless they blow the call on the inadvertent whistle. If they're back down behind their own net without a goaltender, Portland's a lot more cautious heading up ice. It takes a lot longer, and they don't get that opportunity. But instead, they manufacture something out of that chance they were given, and Dustin Wolf turned them away for the 33rd time this evening. And right now, with the goaltender pulled and with this game still plenty of time left, timeout is going to be called. The coaches are going to talk about it. Louis Mass with the whiteboard for the Silvertips.
Just in case we happen to see maybe the unthinkable as far as conventional goaltending, Dustin Wolf can play the puck. Tips have this much of a gap right now for a 4-1 margin. If that puck goes to Wolf, does he shoot it down?
I like it, Mike. I think been waiting 2 years, I think, for that opportunity. Probably the closest call was, maybe 6 inches to a foot wide one time. He has taken that look before, and with up 3 goals, why not?
He tried one against Seattle, most recently in Kent, Washington. Face-off right circle. Tied up, Silvertip zone. Wiley knocked away by Gillis. Into the far corner. Gillis recovers. The feet of the line broken up and cleared back out by Gonsalves. 3:31 to go in regulation, so essentially now or never time for Portland. Tips up 4-1. Hofer off for a 6 skater. Here comes Hannes down the right wing into the zone. A pass to the net for Jarvis. A deflection by Gillis just wide. Gillis to Jarvis. Right side. Shoots. Save is made. Rebound and behind. Hannes checked by Wiley. Gillis right corner takes over. Low to high Jarvis. Up high Hannes. Left circle. Broken up by Gonsalves. Tips control. Here they come to center. Kindop ahead, but broken up by Jarvis. Winterhawks reset back in their own zone with 2:56 left in regulation. 4-1 Silvertips. Winterhawks break in. Grecius. Pass too far ahead. DeRoe. Sharp angle bid. Save is made. Rebound cleared by Pudio ahead, but kept in. And now Hannes. Left circle, Hannes. Sharp angle bid. Save is made. Wolf. Rebound to the near corner. Renier tied up by DeRoe. Christensen into battle. 2:34 to go. Puck still tied up. Right side, Berezowski. Clears this one all the way back down. Not enough for icing. Tips change up wholesale. Puck to Seth Jarvis. Breakout pass Kozak. Into the offensive zone. Poked away to the slot. Bouncing over behind the net. Seeley to the near side. Onto the line, kept in Quigley. Return to deep for Dero. Battling Seeley. Left corner Kozak. Low to high for Quigley. 2:06 left. Shot by Quigley. Blocked by traffic. Up and out it goes. Tips up 4-1. And we have 2:03 to go in regulation.
Third game in 3 nights. 8th game in 12 days. And the energy being put out there by the Silvertips. A great stick at the very end there by Berezowski, challenging the shot from the blue line. Gage Gonzalez twice going to a knee to try and get in a passing lane. Both times taking away opportunities for Portland. Really great effort by the Silvertips in their own zone.
Off the draw. Puck tied up left side. Kept in by From Delorme. Ty Cole hustling, poked away. Winterhawks keep it in. Kozak. Bumped away again. Kindop clears. Near boards, 1:48 to go in regulation. Winterhawks recover at their own line. Jarvis stick handling to the red line. Skates into the offensive zone left side. Pulls up. Poked away by Kindop. Into the corner, Knack. Centering attempt from Delorme. Bumps it back up high for Quigley. Right side, Knack. At the hash marks. Rink-wide feed sails through. Manick collecting. On a feed down low, picked off. Wiley clears ahead. Knocked down by Manick at center. 1:22 to go in regulation. 4-1 Silvertips over Portland with first place on the line. Pudio checked right corner by From Delorme, Silvertip zone. In the battle is Cole. In the battle is From Delorme. Jarvis careening in. A puck to Manick. Slides it back onto the point. Hannes fakes, skates to his left, fires. Glove save by Wolf. 1:02 left in regulation. Dustin Wolf turning in. 37th save of the evening. A glove save stop on Clay Hannes to keep it 4-1 Silvertips.
I mean, the Winterhawks are throwing everything they can right now at the Silvertips, and to no avail. Whether it be the skaters out there getting in shooting lanes, deflecting passes to dangerous positions, or Dustin Wolf fishing out a seeing-eye shot that made its way through, gloved it, snagged it, stood up with confidence. Young man having a night.
Face-off left circle. It is cleared by the Silvertips to the red line with inside a minute left in regulation. Silvertips 4, Portland 1. The Silvertips can see first place from here. Hannes right side for Hannes. Into the offensive zone, chased by Zellweger. Into the corner. Knocked away, Christensen couldn't clear. Gracious, cross ice feed. Too far of Hannes. Going to work Berezowski. Hannes sharp angle bid. Turned away, tips recover. Left side, Fonstad clears. 32 seconds left. Into the Winterhawk zone, Jarvis. Ahead to Hannes. Poked away, Gonsalves. Now feeding Berezowski. Loose puck, Winterhawks recover. Dero breaks into the offensive zone. Bumped away by Berezowski and pitchforked all the way back into the Winterhawk end. Not enough for the empty net, but the countdown is on with 10 seconds remaining. Silvertips 4, Portland 1, cross Hannes, left wing, into the offensive zone. Checked into the boards, left side Gillis, tied up, puck rolls back, that will do it, and the Silvertips have won it. They have taken over first place in the U.S. Division. How sweet it is! The Everett Silvertips, for the second consecutive week, digging deep, run the table. For 4 games in 5 days, they have won 10 consecutive games. And now 4 in a row in this head-to-head matchup. And the Everett Silvertips, now with 8 games left in the regular season, have taken over top perch in the U.S. Division in a 4-1 victory over the Portland Winterhawks. Tips with the win, improving to 44-12, 3-1, 92 points. The Winterhawks with the loss falling to 42-11, 3-4. They have 91 points. The Silvertips magic number down to 4 points to clinch home ice in the opening round of the WHL playoffs. The Silvertips win. That means you win 40% off regular menu price online orders tomorrow. Enter the promo code TIPSWIN at papajohns.com for 40% off. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Tips go wire to wire. in a first-place seizing 4-1 win over Portland. We thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. Post-game show is next. Brought to you by Tulalip Resort and Casino. And this is Sound Transit Everett Silvertips Hockey on KRKO. Everett's greatest hits, sports, and more.